Tell them the story about when you gave me the lines, will you?
We just lost Stan Kenton, the band. You know, they went somewhere.
57.
We had an opening, so Lucy called me and said, put Desi in his band on. You were on for 2 years, weren't you?
Yeah.
And the writers would give Desi a line, and he'd walk up to the thing and spit all over the microphone, and the guacamole would fall out. That was that. And they'd cut it and say, and then I'd say, give him a couple of lines. Give this kid a couple of lines, you know. And we'd give him and he'd drop an omelet all over the thing. And so after a while, you know, I'd have to fight him to get him to give Des a few lines. And about 4 years later, he was the king of show business. This guy was not only directing, he was telling funny things and so. And I hadn't seen him for 5 years. And I ran into him down in Palm Springs. He said, hello. And I said, you're reading lines? That's it, you know.
No, he wasn't kidding. I didn't even, not only could I say them well, I didn't understand the jokes. Being with Bob was like going to college for a couple of years to study comedy by the master of all comedy.
When William S. Paley returned from World War II, he decided to focus most of his attention on programming.
If I had learned anything about programming and personalities on the air by the 1930s, I think it was that you had to pull things in out of the blue sky. In other words, to hope and expect to find something somewhere without having it introduced to you formally.
NBC had the biggest stars, and Paley felt that in order to attract larger audiences and sponsors, CBS would have to create the best original broadcasts on the air. They began actively piloting new shows. Paley had great respect for Lucy's comedic ability. Ball wanted her and Desi to spend more time at home, and radio allowed for that.
For many years, Lucy was trying to promote Desi's career and make a star out of him. She was dissatisfied because he was on the road with his band most of the time, and she was here in Hollywood, and they were separated so much.
In July of 1946, Radio Daily reported that Ball was to star in a new series based on Ruth McKenney's My Sister Eileen. Arthur Curling would produce.
A grand guest star here, ladies and gentlemen. Star of the current picture.
Friend Bob Hope's radio program needed a new musical director. On September 6th, Desi was hired. Lucy appeared on the program on November 12th.
Thanks, everybody. And before we go any further, Bob, I want to thank you for that wonderful introduction. If we weren't in front of an audience, I'd give you a great big kiss.
Everybody out. Everybody out. Home, everybody. Go, go. Take your boats and go, go. Happy waiting. Where are we? Oh, but where are we? Oh, yes. Tell me, Lucille. What's your latest picture?
Easy to Wed.
Yes, but what's the title of the picture?
That's the title, Bob. It's called Easy to Wed.
No kidding. Who plays the lead? Artie Shaw? Yes, sir. Artie Shaw, that 5-time winner. Oh. Well, anyway, they'll make a good combination. Forever Amber and Forever Eager.
Bob.
How about your picture?
Bob, Van Johnson is in Easy to Wed. I think he's wonderful.
Van Johnson. That's all you girls think of.
Is there anything else?
I don't know. You must be kidding. I've got everything he's got.
Yes, Bob, but he's got Van in front.
Well, to each his own. Say, I don't think he's too many. Why, at Paramount, they're always trying to give me the Van Johnson type of parts.
Well, grab 'em, boy. You could use a few parts.
What do you mean? That Johnson hasn't got anything but a cowlick. I had a cowlick once, too.
Yes, Bob, I heard about your romance with Elsie.
Let him lay, Lucille. Don't milk him. Don't milk him.
But I'd like like to get different roles, Bob. I'm always a wisecracking, gum-chewing type.
You're always a gum-chewing type.
Yeah, last month the Beechnut people voted me Miss Jawbreaker of 1946.
Well, speaking of jawbreakers, Lucille, you should meet Miss Vague. Miss Vague, this is Lucille Ball, the glamorous, gorgeous movie star.
Oh, really? I just think of her as Lucille Ball, period.
What a coincidence. I think of you as Vera Vague, question mark.
Oh, now, steady now, steady.
Miss Ball, huh?
That's right, Ball.
Well, I wouldn't worry about it, dear. I've been bounced around a bit myself.
Miss Vague, don't you mean dribbled?
Isn't she pretty, Mr. Hope? All that beautiful red hair. And it's on straight, too.
Tell me, Miss Vague, when you get up in the morning, who puts you together?
Girls, please, let's not pull hair.
Hair? Huh. I could have hair like that, too, but who wants to sleep with their head in a glass of orange juice every night?
But you do smell nice, darling, for your type. What is that perfume you're wearing?
Oh, this is called Evening at Ciro's. How do you like it?
Too bad you couldn't get a better table.
Why, you female red skeleton, you! I'll blacken both your eyes!
Oh, come now, girls. Let's kiss and make up.
Oh, all right. I'm a good sport.
All right.
Bob, you're not supposed to be in this.
Don't be silly. All the delegates are supposed to join in at the peace conference, don't you think? Thank you, Lucille, and thank you very much. Here comes my son, Desi Arnaz.
In the spring, Lucy hired Gary Stevens to be her network liaison. He had one directive: find Lucy more radio work.
The Columbia Broadcasting System presents a new comedy.
My Friend Irma.
Starring Marie Wilson as Irma and Kathy Lewis as Jane, with John Brown as Al.
Friendship, friendship, just a perfect friendship when other friendships have been forgotten.
On April 11, 1947, My Friend Irma, starring Kathy Lewis and Marie Wilson, debuted on CBS.
Something to sing about. And they can sing about it maybe because they haven't any friends.
In May, Arthur Curlin sued. He was a former lieutenant commander in the U.S. Navy and was once radio director for the Office of Emergency Management under President Roosevelt.
It's just that Mother Nature gave some girls brains, intelligence, cleverness.
He alleged that CBS used the audition record Lucille Ball had cut from My Sister Eileen as a basis for My Friend Irma. Ball was reportedly offered Marie Wilson's title role, but turned it down for a chance to work with Desi. Unfazed, she appeared opposite Bob Hope and Frank Sinatra in a radio adaptation of Too Many Husbands for the Screen Guild Theater on April 21st.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, Lady Esther presents the Screen Guild Players and Somerset Moms' hilarious comedy about a shipwreck, a courtship, and an extra wedding. Too Many Husbands. It stars Bob Hope as husband number 1, Frank Sinatra as husband number 2, and Lucille Ball as the long-suffering wife. The Lady Esther Screen Guild Players and Too Many Husbands. A year ago, Bill Cardew took a solo cruise in a ramshackle boat and disappeared from the face of the earth. His widow, Vicky, married Henry Lowndes, Bill's partner in the candy manufacturing business. This evening, Vicky picked Henry up at the office, and they are just returning home after dinner and a show. Peter, the butler, meets them at the door.
Good evening, madam. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Peter.
Hiya, Pete. Got a fire going for
Yes,
us?
sir.
Attaboy. Now you can trot along and throw yourself into the hay.
Very good, sir.
Say, you still reading that mystery, The Case of the Marinated Corpse?
I completed it this evening, sir.
You did, huh? Who knocked off the victim?
The butler, sir.
Oh, well, I'll come up later, Pete, and lock you in.
Very good, sir. Oh, I beg your pardon, madam.
Yes, Peter?
I neglected to mention that a gentleman called while you were gone and left this message. I took it down verbatim.
Oh, you're getting sloppy, Pete. Next time, take it down word for word.
Very good, sir.
In August of 1947, Broadcasting Magazine announced that the General Artists Corporation was to produce a new musical comedy radio show. The show was to star Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz.
Of course he's dead. It must be a joke.
Oh, Henry, it can't be a joke. He must have been rescued somehow.